This is side number 5, Vanya and Sonia.
I brought you your coffee, dearest Vanya.
I have some.
Oh. But I always bring you your coffee every morning.
Well, yes, but you weren't available.
Well, I was briefly in the bathroom. You couldn't wait?
I don't know. The coffee was made, you weren't there. I'm capable of pouring coffee into a cup.
But I like bringing you coffee in the morning.
Fine. Here, take this cup and give me that one.
All right. Now I feel better.
I'm glad.
Has the blue heron been at the pond yet this morning?
Not yet. Or it was here before I was.
It'll probably come later. It's such a beautiful bird.
Yes, it is. I'm afraid the other cup was better.
Well, it's the same coffee.
Well, maybe I put more milk in than you did. Maybe that's why it tastes better.
Don't I usually put in the right amount of milk?
Well, yes, I usually don't think about it. It's just that I was drinking one coffee and liking it, then suddenly there's a different cup of coffee and I'm liking it less. I mean, it's no big deal. I'm just making pleasant conversation.
That's not making pleasant conversation. It's first thing in the morning, and you're implying I don't do anything right.
I didn't say
yes,
that.
You did.
I didn't.
Well, you implied it.
Forget it. The coffee is delicious. I love it.
Oh, for God's sake. Here, take the original cup back.
No, it's not that different. I'm sorry I said anything.
I mean, I have 2 pleasant moments every day in my fucking life, and one of them is bringing you coffee.
Sonia, I'm sorry I said anything. Really, the 2 cups are almost identical. I should have said nothing.
All right.
I'm sorry, really.
That's all right.
Is this how you're going to be today?
I don't know what you mean.
You just threw the fucking coffee against the wall.
I didn't.
Oh, you didn't? Oh, what kind of an idiot answer is that?
I don't know. It's an angry, I hate my life and I hate you response.
Oh, well, it was effective then. Good for you.
Thank you. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have thrown the cup. It's just, I had bad dreams last night.
Oh.
I dreamt I was 52 and I wasn't married.
Were you dreaming in documentary form?
That's not funny.
Really? I thought it was. You are 52 and you're not married.
Whose fault is that?
Is the answer supposed to be me?
There isn't any answer. And if I pine for you, that's my business.
Oh, don't pine for me. That's ridiculous. I'm 57, and I've told you for many years I'm not interested in you in that way. I marched to a different drummer.
Why must you march to a drummer at all? Why couldn't we both walk to the sounds of a piccolo?
I don't even know what that metaphor means. Besides, you're my sister.
We're not blood relations. I'm your adopted sister, so I can pine if I want to.
Look, I think your pining after me is a tired reflex. I don't think you even like me anymore.
I agree with you. It's a reflex with me now. It comes from our living together. There's no one else in this house. Ever since Mother and Father died and Masha left me and you to take care of them while she went off gallivanting, having a life.
This is side number 8, Vanya and Cassandra. Wait a minute, what's that in your hand?
Nothing.
Oh, what is that doll you're holding?
It came in a cereal box.
Cassandra, is that a voodoo doll?
Good God! Is that what what this is.
That's the exact costume Masha wore last night. How did you know that?
I'm psychic. Also, I saw Spike hanging up in the bedroom yesterday.
Is that why Masha's been screaming this morning?
I really couldn't say.
I don't approve of voodoo. Though I admit I'm sort of impressed. What, you stick the pin in the doll and Masha feels it?
Boy, it's just a pinprick, but it makes a point.
What? Well, don't do it anymore.
All right, I won't. You want to try it?
No.
Are you sure?
No, I don't want to try.
Go ahead, try it.
Well, it doesn't hurt much, right?
That's right. I send her thought waves about the house, then I zap her. I'll tell you when. I want to sell the house.
It didn't work.
That's odd. It just proves my otherworldly powers. Here, let me do it. Masha, listen to my brain. I want to sell the house.
This is the monologue near the end, just a little cutting of it. Excuse me, what are you doing? It's very rude. You can multitask. How wonderful. You can tweet. You Twitter and tweet. You email and text. Your life is a buzz with electrical communication. I know older people always think the past is better, but really, instead of a text with these lowercase letters and no punctuation, how about a nicely crafted letter sent through the post office or a thank you note? We used to lick postage stamps back then. Obviously, you've never heard of that. They didn't just peel away ready-made with the sticky stuff on the back. The sticky stuff had to be triggered by your wet tongue. It took time. If you had many letters to send, you could be licking postage stamps for 10 minutes or so. We used typewriters back then, and whiteout for corrections, and carbon paper for copies. We had telephones, and we had to dial the number by putting our index finger in a round little hole representing 2 to 0. If the number was 9099999, it could take hours just to dial the number. We had to have patience then, and we licked postage stamps. It was unpleasant, but it had to be done. And we didn't multitask. Doing one thing at a time seemed appropriate. But I suppose you can sort of watch a play and sort of send a message and sort of play a video game all at once. It must be wonderful. I know I sound like a crank, but I don't like change. My play is about scary change in the weather, but there are other changes that have happened. I mean, there are 785 television channels. You can watch the news report that matches what you already think. You know, in the 50s there were like 3 or 4 channels, and it was all in black and white. And there were no child stars that became drug addicts like Lindsay Lohan. I mean, Haley Mills was in the original Parent Trap, and she turned out to be a sensible, nice woman. And there was no South Park. We watched Howdy Doody, starring a puppet. Then there was Kukla, Fran, and Ollie, starring 2 more puppets and a sweet lady named Fran. We watched puppets back then!